constitution promulgated 4 years ago has been successful in bringing a degree of political stability in the country. We have witnessed many unprecedented transformations in terms of fundamental rights and other issues. However, many challenges in terms of implementation aspects of the constitution remain unresolved. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama and these are the top stories of the hour. Constitution Day being celebrated with much fervour across the country today. Government urges all to celebrate the historic day as a 3-day national event. 4 years since the promulgation of the Constitution, many of the commitments of federalism remain intact. Elections of 3 tiers of government and consolidation of fundamental rights, major achievements. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif warns of all-out war in the event of US or Saudi military strikes against his country. And SAF Under-18 Championship to kick off in Kathmandu today. Nepal to clash against Maldives in the inaugural match. Let us begin with the national political updates. It is Constitution Day today. The day is being celebrated with much fervour across the country. The government has urged all to celebrate the historic day as a 3-day national event from 19th to 21st of September. Public officials have been directed to attend the Constitution Day program mandatorily. The government has also released a special Constitution Day t-shirt with Nepal's flag on it. The government is to host a special event at the capital's Tunikil today. President Vidya Devi Bhandari, Vice President Nanda Bahadur Pun, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, Chief Justice Cholwinder Samsher Rana and the officials of constitutional bodies are scheduled to attend the special event. Now, Nepal promulgated its new constitution 4 years ago to become the youngest federal country in the world. During this time, while the form of governance has changed, many of the commitments of federalism have yet to materialize. The Constitution of the Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal 2015 ended the political instability in the country. The new constitution restructured Nepal from 5 development regions to 7 provinces and 753 local units. Split into the federal, provincial and local levels, each tier of government is run by elected representatives of each unit. With federalism, Nepal hoped to decentralize governance and trigger development. The year that the new constitution was promulgated witnessed 2 major events: the 7.8 Richter scale April earthquake that took the lives of more than 8,000 people and the blockade at border region by India. The following 2 years saw different governments work to frame laws on fundamental rights to lead Nepal towards elections of the new federal structure. However, 4 years have since passed. The acts, regulations and required infrastructure to implement fundamental rights, however, are yet to attain a full form.
हामीले करिब कानुनी र संवैधानिक रूपमा संक्रमणकाललाई अन्त्य गरेर नयाँ सुरुवात गरेका छौं। त्यसैले अब आजसम्मका 4 वर्षलाई हेर्दा आशातीत सफलता प्राप्त हुन सकेको छैन निश्चय पनि। तर अबका 4 वर्षमा चाहिँ पूर्वाधारहरू बनिसकेको, कानुन बनिसकेको, संरचनाहरू अधिकांश बनेका र केही बन्न बाँकी भएको र स्थिर सरकार भएको 5 वर्षका लागि ढुक्क साथ यो सत्तारूढ दलले शासन गर्छ भन्ने प्रत्याभूति भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि यी 5 वर्षहरू हामी संविधानले देखाएको दिशातर्फ नै ओरिएन्टेड छौं, त्यतातर्फ नै गइरहेका छौं। परिणाम अब केही वर्षभित्रमा यही गतिमा जाने हो भने हामी देख्छौं।
The Constitution has institutionalized the spirits of Second People's Movement while introducing Nepal as a federal, democratic republic and an inclusive nation. However, after this achievement, there are ample expectations that governments and political parties have not been able to meet. While there are local governments, these local governments do not have the required means and resources. With half of the work done, it is vital for governments to implement the federal constitution in full spirits. Although the constitution is not a magical wand to transform the country, it is an important road map to shape the country by ensuring sustainable development. If government's bureaucracy and political parties implement the constitution with full honesty, Nepal could become a prosperous country in the years to come. And with that, we'll take a short break here. For more news, to stay with us. Time now for the international update. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif has warned of all-out war in the event of US or Saudi military strikes against his country and questioned whether Saudi Arabia was prepared to fight to the last American soldier. Foreign Minister Zarif told CNN that Iran hoped to avoid conflict, adding that the country was willing to talk to its regional rivals Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. But Tehran's top diplomat said Iran would not hold talks with the US unless Washington provided full relief from sanctions as promised under the 2015 nuclear deal. He again denied that Iran was involved in weekend attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities, which dramatically ratcheted up tensions in the region. Zarif said Yemen's Iranian-backed Houthi rebels, who claimed responsibility for the attack, have stepped up their military capabilities and were capable of conducting a sophisticated operation such as the one that knocked out half of the kingdom's energy production. US and Saudi officials have repeatedly dismissed Houthi claims of responsibility in the weekend attacks. Instead, they have pointed the finger at Iran. At a news conference on Wednesday, Saudi Ministry of Defense spokesman Turki al-Malki said weapons that missed their targets were found to be Iranian-made. War drums have become louder since the attack. US President Donald Trump has called on Pentagon officials to plan potential responses. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the locals in Putan district why has the district been faded in terms of development even after having adequate possibilities. Before we take a short break, let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
नेताहरु प्युठानमा थुप्रै भए प्युठानको चाहिँ यो फाँटेको कस्तो भने नेता उत्पादन गर्ने हिसाबले पनि चिनिन्छ तर नेता उत्पादन गर्ने के रे यो राष्ट्रिय स्तरमा हाम्रो जुन नेताहरु छन् तर नेताहरुले चाहिँ प्युठानप्रति हेर्न सकेनन्
गाउँ बस्तीमा राम्रोसँग समन्वय नभएर गाउँ बस्तीको कुराहरु आउन नसकेर अलिकति पछाडी परेको हो कि
प्रतिनिधिज्यूहरुको माथि केन्द्रमा चाहिँ पहुँच नपर्नु एउटा मुख्य कारण हुन सक्छ।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, how would you judge the last 4 years in terms of constitution implementation? Your options are A, encouraging, B, average, and C, a lot needs to be done. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the sports update.
Sports news.
The third edition of the SAF Under-18 Championship will kick off in Kathmandu today. Nepal aims to lift the football title this time as well to claim a hat-trick in winning the titles. In the pre-match conference held in the capital yesterday, coach of the team, Nepal, Chetnaran Shrestha, said the team is in a good form and confidence is high after 1.5-month-long training. The tournament will be held at the Armed Police Force ground in Halchuk from 20th to 29th of September. Nepal will play against Maldives at the inaugural match of the tournament today. Along with Nepal, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan and Maldives are participating in the tournament. Now, Manchester United defeated Astana by a solitary goal at the Europa League. In the match played at Manchester United's home ground last night, Mason Greenwood scored the only goal of the match to give United the much-deserved win. 17-year-old Greenwood has become the youngest player in Manchester United's history to score a goal in the Europa League. United put pressure on the Tajikistan team throughout the match with 20 shots taken and 75% possession of the ball. However, only Greenwood was able to score in the 73rd minute of the match to seal Manchester United's 1-0 win over Astana. Time now for our special segment, Showbiz.
New Zealand is to become Middle Earth once again, with Amazon confirming that the new Lord of the Rings television series is set to be filmed in the country. It means a return of the orcs, elves and hobbits to the land they became synonymous with over the course of 6 epic Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films directed by Peter Jackson. The television adaptation will explore new storylines preceding author J.R.R. Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring, the first of the trilogy. The official Lord of the Rings show Twitter account simply tweeted the New Zealand flag as the announcement was made. Amazon Studios said in a statement that it had found a majestic location with world-class sets, and that production would begin in the city of Auckland in the coming months. Second World War comedy Jojo Rabbit has won this year's People's Choice Award at the Toronto Film Festival, a prize that's seen by many as a major predictor of Oscar success. The film, which follows a young German boy who turns his idol Adolf Hitler into an imaginary friend, is written and directed by Taika Waititi. It's described as an anti-hate satire based on the book Chasing Skies by Christine Leonins, and also stars Scarlett Johansson and Sam Rockwell. The film earned mixed reviews in Toronto, with some critics calling it Waititi's masterpiece and others, many of whom compared it to the 1997 Roberto Benigni Holocaust comic drama Life is Beautiful, criticizing its unconventional balance of tones.
Before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again.
Waititi's masterpiece.
Constitution Day being celebrated with much fervor across the country today. Government urges all to celebrate the historic day as a 3-day national event. 4 years since the promulgation of the Constitution, many of the commitments of federalism remain intact. Elections of 3 tiers of government and consolidation of fundamental rights major achievements. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif warns of all-out war in the event of US or Saudi military strikes against his country. And SAF Under-18 Championship to kick off in Kathmandu today. Nepal to clash against Maldives in the inaugural match. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.